side. A man is open. It is caught again. It's Day. McKecker gonna let it rip. It's Keegan in the end zone. Looking for the first down and more. He's at midfield. He's got the step along the sideline. Sullivan Sanchez, the reception. He put it on the turf. 19 seconds. Jump ball, far side. Nichols, two-hand grab. Shannon, drop back, looks to his left, throws. He's got a man. It is caught. Touchdown, Plymouth. And Quentin Wimmer, one man to beat, makes him miss. Stiff arms at the goal line and tumbles in. The ball is out. And Londonderry has it at the 25-yard line. Himself left side, turns the corner, down the sideline, breaks the tackle. Inside the 20, down to the 10. Well, hello everyone, and welcome here to Nashua. Nick and Estes, Steve Beals with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire game of the week between the Nashua North Titans and the Londonderry Lancers, two of the premier teams in Division I, a highly anticipated matchup under the lights on a gorgeous night here in October as we get ready for kickoff about 10 minutes away. Londonderry coming in with a 3-1 record. The defending champs have looked pretty good. Bedford knocked them off, but other than that, just one loss, Steve, in the last 2 years for the Lancers. Nashua North, meanwhile, coming in as the preseason #1 in the minds of many across the state, led by one of the most electric players we've seen in Curtis Harris Lopez. So it's really two of, I'd say, the top 4 or 5 teams in Division I on the field here in the final week of the regular season.
Absolutely, Nick. Curtis is a special guy, but he's supported by 5 or 6 other. Green, we've talked about Ackerman, we've talked about so many players on that team. They've also got a great coach behind the lines there in Dante. Does a great job with his team. You could see this starting to formulate about 2 years ago when we were doing games back then with Nashua, and they just they're bringing it. This is the year for them. They look very strong. I've watched some film on them. They can pretty much do anything, but their trenches are solid, and that's always important. On the Londonderry side, big loss last week. Talked to Coach Lozon. Apparently it is a season-ending leg injury to Raza. Such an important part of this team. What's interesting is these guys are motivated. You could tell on the sidelines. They're going to try to do their best and win it for him. And this team is deep as well. That loss to Bedford, we talked before, Nick, on Rewind. I think that thing could wind up being the kind of loss, if you're going to take one, that's the one you want, because now they realize they're not going to. You get in the winning ways for so long, it can be a factor. So this is a great matchup. You and I have been waiting for this all year. I'm excited to get going.
An early start tonight, 6:30 Eastern, the kick. Nashua North unbeaten. They went through the regular season last year, 9-0 before. Then junior quarterback Harris Lopez went down with a leg injury, and unfortunately for the Titans, missed the playoff quarterfinal round, in where Merrimack was able to upset them and end their season. They've come back here. They've had some COVID-19 related incidents, I suppose,
working
where they've
through
had
it.
to
Yep.
work their way through it. And as a result, have been off and on so far here through this truncated 2020 regular season.
In order to sustain and be a quality team, you got to have a decent quarterback, and both of these teams have excellent quarterbacks. That this matchup, McKecker against Harris Lopez, really works out to be something that I've wanted to see. Both good runners, both good passers, and both very well liked by their team. I mean, McKecker's older brother that played last year, they say more of a serious sort of a military rules type of guy. Dylan is just a guy that just plays loose, but boy, he gets it done. They're both themselves, but they get it done. As far as Lopez is concerned, anytime. The thing is, you could do a great job rushing. You could do a great job with your DBs getting great coverage, and then Lopez has that third rail of running. He can just kill you, and you do everything right, and he still kills you. He's amazing.
Well, it's also a matchup, of course, of two of the younger coaches in the NHIAA, and yet they are veterans, of course.
They are.
With 10 or so years on the resume, and that, of course, is Londonderry's Jimmy
of course.
Jimmy
Lozon and Dante Lorendi of Nashua North. Two of the next generation, so to speak, of these young coaches at the D1 level. Very accomplished. Of course, Lozon captured the championship crown last season. Lorendi's got his eye on the prize this year. But two of the younger guys who really breed a lot of enthusiasm into the program.
They really do, Nick. And, you know, my favorite thing this year is the fact that we got a season, and these kids at least got a chance to play. Juniors are coming back next year. This year, I mean, for the seniors, a lot of these guys will never play football. The rest, it's just so great. That's my favorite. Second favorite thing this year, Nick, other than working, of course, with you, is the young coaches that are coming into this league. We've gone week after week, and every time we say the coaching has been fantastic. These young men coming in and taking on these roles of building culture. They're smart. They're intelligent. They know how to manage their assistant coaching staff, and they put in a lot of work. So New Hampshire, at least the Division I teams, and I'll throw from Sauhegan, same situation, Boquete. All the teams we've done, just fantastic. Trishiana, you go on and on and on. Everybody's got to get healthy. We got to get past this because we got some great football coming to us in Division I and II over the next few years.
And we should have some great football coming up tonight, yes. Steve, as we take a look here at the field. Both teams, the calm before the storm, I like to say. Both teams hunkering down about 5 minutes or so before the coin toss. It was senior night festivities before the game on the Nashua North side. Parents are here, limited capacity yet again in effect. And, well, good to see at least some of the regular aspects of a senior night still in effect here. The balloons, cheerleaders, the dance team, etc. Yep. So a memorable night, I'm sure, either way for these seniors here on the Nashua North side.
Apparently, the band, as far as the bands are concerned, we haven't seen that. We started to see at the beginning of the year. I won't kid you, I miss them. I really enjoy the band at a game. Playing throughout the game and the halftime shows, really enjoy that as well. Looks like we're heading towards the national anthem. Before we do, looks like 3-4 minutes before start of the game, Nick. This facility is just amazing. Every time I come here, we've got a great perspective up here. We should be able to bring you some good footage of what's going on here live.
Yeah, we're at Stello Stadium, Mata Field here in Nashua, the Gate City. Nick and Astis, Steve Beals. It's brought to you tonight, of course, by Beals Insurance, our final regular season Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire game of the week. Kickoff still about 3.5 minutes away. We'll take it down to the field now for the national anthem.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, to all please rise if you are able and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, Stello Stadium welcomes the 3-1 Londonderry High School Lancers and the 2-0 Nashua North Titans.
Moments away from the opening kickoff. Coin toss looming. Nick and Astis, Steve Beals with you. Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Beals Insurance. Locations in now both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Call Steve at 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com. Well, Nashua North looks ready to rumble. They'll be in their home navy blues tonight with the white helmets, lettering, and white pants. There's Coach Lorendi leading the troops onto the near sideline. Well, Coach Lozon, he's got his group behind the cranberry bushes, out in the back, far behind the visitor sideline. Those guys look calm in their white road uniforms here, about 30 seconds or so from the start. Steve Beals, our color commentary man, what do you look for tonight? What are the keys here both ways for both these teams to close out the regular season with a victory?
Well, I think Londonderry has got to be able to contain Curtis Harris-Lopez. That has to, how they spy on him and how they contain him is going to be a big factor in this game because he can break big plays and he can really wear your defense down. For McEachern, very, very important that McEachern doesn't try to force passes. Coach Lozon knows how to call plays as good as anybody that I've seen, knows how to move a drive downfield. That's going to be a big key of the game, Nick, that McEachern has got to carry out Lozon's mission on the field. He's done a great job of that so far, and that's going to be key for them tonight. On the defensive side, again, as I said, it's going to have to be containing Harris-Lopez on the Londonderry side. I think that one of another part of this game, Nick, is going to be how Londonderry is responded after a loss. I think that's going to be important. My guess is they're very highly motivated. Not an immediate loss, but to Bedford the previous week. They did come back strong against Wyndham. I think it was 40-0 or something like that. So, and Wyndham we saw against Pinkerton when they played them. It's got a pretty solid defense. So, looks to me like things are cooking. Losing, they got to be able to fill in and cover for Raza. That's pretty much impossible to do. But how far they narrow that gap and how close they can get to for the right player positioning on defense is going to be really important. This is going to be a lot of pride between both these teams this year. Don't be surprised if you see him again at the end of the tournament.
The Titans, a really senior-heavy group, a special group, honored again before the contest tonight on senior night.
Yes.
All four of their captains at midfield are seniors and multi-year starters. Sometimes a guy like Lucas Cunningham perhaps gets lost in the mix, but he's a big guy that can play both tight end and split end. Green is one of the captains at midfield. Yes, you mentioned Anthony Green. Up and down the roster, Brian Mwangi is another one who should touch the football tonight. You mentioned Ackerman anchoring the Tretch.
He is something else.
Another co-captain, Spencer Whiting. All seniors here, all have meant so much to not just Coach Lorendi, but to the program, to the culture here with the Titans.
Veteran players, too, because they've had so much time. Most of those players you talked about, Nick, had varsity time as a sophomore. And that's such a valuable thing going into junior starter. Then you come into your own in your year. And this is a very, very solid team. As far as Londonderry is concerned, a lot of the same thing. Look for Reyes, terrific player. As we mentioned, McEachern, a guy who's an unsung hero in this team. People don't realize is how important Seaman has been to this team on cornerback. He's done a terrific job for them this year. Really come of age. He's an important part of that team. You can go up and down the list. The trench battle, I'm going to be, as you know, Nick, I'm going to be focused on the trenches because both of these teams are solid. Looks like they're getting ready. So
yeah,
that's the start of it anyway.
Two of the bigger teams in Division One. And
yep.
You can either ask Coach Lorendi or Coach Lozon. Either one will tell you that that's where it really starts.
It does.
Finishes oftentimes. So
we haven't talked about special teams tonight either, Nick. That's going to be a factor as we enter into special teams right now. Both teams got to play solid when it's this tight.
Well, we'll get a look at the special teams right now to begin the football game. Nashua North going to kick right to left. Londonderry with two return men back at the 10-yard line. Await the kick. It's a good one. High, far side, handle with a little bit of room. Rolling up to about the 30-yard line goes the return man. I think that was
Connor Howe.
Connor Howe, one of the juniors. Jack Peters, one of the gunners, credited with the tackle. So
filling in for
a good enough place to start as any. Their own 30. That is where Dylan McEachern will come out 1st and 10 for the Lancers. Defense with a 4-man front. Ackerman lingering around the football, 61 in blue, one to watch tonight in the trench on defense for Nashua North. Double wing, and on 1st and 10, it's a quarterback keeper. Nowhere to go, left side, maybe a yard. Liam Novak will get the first tackle defensively for the Titans after just a 1-yard gain by McEachern, 2nd and 9 coming for Londonderry.
Good job staying at home on the backside. Those counters can cause havoc, but they're very disciplined on defense, Nashua.
Londonderry will play up-tempo on 2nd and 9. They get right to the line. 2 receivers each side. Snap taken. They'll go to the air. Pump fake throw. Near side low and incomplete. Trying to find a man beyond the stick, but not quite enough arm strength to get it there. Incomplete. Intended for Nick Azadorian, one of the senior wide receivers, and now the Lancers facing a 3rd and 9.
I'm not sure. I think that was supposed to be more of a comeback pass, Nick, and it looked like he pressed too deep and he didn't turn around soon enough. I think that McEachern probably did throw to the right spot.
Likely to go back to the air here on 3rd and 9. 3 receivers, the strong side, the near side right. McEachern appeared to call off the play for a moment. Now appears set. In the pistol, takes a snap. 4-man rush, throws, and it's incomplete. Try to find the big target down the seam, but Colby Ramshaw, the 6'4" junior, could not quite hang in there and pull it in incomplete. That means 3 and out. Londonderry will punt.
Had the first down, Ramshaw did, if he was able to come up with that ball. Looks like we're on a quick pace here, but that would have been a big first down because he was past the stick.
So less than a minute off this opening quarter clock. Londonderry will punt. Off the right foot of the punter. Got it off just in time. This is the sizzling, sensational Curtis Harris-Lopez, who is across midfield and into Lancer territory at about the 43-yard line. So great starting field position for the Titans' first drive, 1st and 10.
Absolutely, Nick. That's what Dante wants. Good field position. Wants to play in the play on the other team's side. He's got an opportunity here. Boy, watching Curtis Harris-Lopez cut, Nick, is just at a level that is just beyond 99% of ball players for sure.
Yeah, he's had 6 Division I offers. Busy off season, and has been one of the most talked about high school players at any level in quite a while. Not the first carry he had in mind, though. He goes down for a loss back at the 45-yard line as the pocket collapsed pretty quickly there. Londonderry's defensive front with a rare victory, or an early victory,
exactly.
I should say. 2nd and 10 on the way.
I don't know if you heard the crowd, but there's no crowd over there. That was all Londonderry bench. They are ramped up.
Lancers fans not allowed tonight. Just friends and family of the home team. This is Devin Espanol, and he'll go across the 40 down to about the 39-yard line to set up a 3rd down and manageable. First completion for Harris-Lopez. The tackle there by Colby Ramshaw. It'll be 3rd and 4.
Yeah, great job by Edward Brassity on that block downfield. That's why they were able to get that yardage. Good hard work. Love to see receivers blocking that well, Nick.
Brassetti's going to stay in the slot here on the near side left as North goes back to the shotgun look. 2 receivers each side. On 3rd down and 4, a long count. Harris-Lopez now turns to the home sideline and looks at the assistant coaching staff for what looks like a play change. He's going to give the command up front. Londonderry with 3 defensive linemen. On 3rd down, snap taken, rolls right, gets it off, takes a big hit, and it's incomplete. Tried to hook up there with Brassetti, and in and out of his hands, incomplete. Londonderry got some pressure there. It'll be 4th down.
Yeah, Bowles got in there for number 6 for Londonderry. He did a great job getting separation from the offensive lineman. Busted through. Harris started to push a little bit outside, and Bowles picked the right lane to contain him and actually tripped him up pretty good. And saw that ball bounce off the receiver's hands, Nick, but it went out of bounds. From here, it looked like initially it might have had airtime enough for somebody to get under it, but I think it was too far out of bounds.
Meanwhile, Nashua North toyed with the idea of going for it on 4th and 4. Now a flag flies, and it looks like they're going to take a delay of game penalty here to give the punter some extra room. They lined up initially. It looked like they were going to go for it, and then Coach Lorendi sent out the punting unit. In the end, they take the game's first penalty.
Well,
5 yards will back things up to the 44-yard line.
If they had a fake punt, that probably got called off now. I don't think they did, but certainly not going to try anything now with a 10-yard, very likely.
It'll be 4th down and 10. Snap taken. This is Cunningham off his right foot. Comes near sideline, takes a bounce out of bounds, close to the 20. They'll roll it down and inside the 20 at the 17 for Londonderry.
I think Bowles got a piece of that, Nick. If you look at the way that ball spun sideways, it was either a really rough kick but I think Bowles, if you look stretched, he got a little finger on it because it did take kind of an odd directive there afterwards. So not great field position for Londonderry, but they did get the ball back. Great job on the defense for giving the offense another try.
Yeah, net punt of 27 yards sets up Londonderry 1st and 10 from their own 17. Their first drive sputtered out, 3 and out. Both sidelines getting rowdy here in the early going, just 2.5 minutes into this first quarter. Up the middle on 1st and 10, trying to push the pile. Up to the 20 goes the running back, not much. First carry tonight, first of many expected by Hayden Austin. One of the juniors officially gets 2 in the end to set up a 2nd down and 8.
Both of these coaches, offensive minds and good offensive minds at that, know how to call and change up on the fly, and McEachern does a great job of fulfilling that.
Tackle made by defensive end Travis Holbrook, one of these talented seniors for the Titans. It'll be 2nd down and 8 from the 19. They fake, they pitch, and they're going to lose yards. Well, you're not going to fool me, says Harris Lopez. As good of a quarterback as he may be, well, the scouts say that he may be even better as a safety. Comes up out of the secondary to make a big stick there. The loss will set Londonderry back to the 15-yard line. 3rd down and 12 now on the way.
Well, in my opinion, the scouts are right, Nick. It's just at high school level, he's so good you can't afford to have him off the field on both sides. That's the play by design. He's to watch the pitch man, and he did it. And the beauty is he took the outside shoulder and forced it inside if he wasn't able to bring him down.
No chance for the ball carrier, Trevor Weinman. On 3rd down, they throw towards the stick, and it's incomplete along the near sideline. 2nd target for Nick Azadorian. Couldn't quite bring it in. Espanol in the area defensively for North, and Londonderry going to have to punt for the 2nd time already in the game, less than 4 minutes in.
Yeah, 2 catchable balls there, Nick, over the last 2 drives that would have given them first downs. So that's been costly for them so far, but the defense for Londonderry was able to stop, and that's just great work by the Titan defense.
Zach Fawcett standing inside his own 5-yard line, his toes inside his own 4. From the far hash, Harris Lopez, the return man, back deep for the Titans at the 45-yard line. This one off cleanly, high in the air. It'll take a bounce at the Lancer 45 and take a Titan roll backwards to about the 42-yard line. For the 2nd straight drive, the home team will start in Londonderry territory. 1st and 10 coming.
You don't see it very often, Nick. 4 changes of position here, right? And it's really been within 30 yards and never got outside the 30-yard. You don't usually see that very often. This is really important for Londonderry here to make a defensive stand because we'll see what happens, but they're losing field position.
Yeah, early on the field position battle has been won by the Titans. 1st and 10 from the Lancer 43. Design run for the quarterback, and Harris Lopez will gain a few up the middle, inside the 40, down to about the 38-yard line. He set up 2nd and 5.
Yeah, I haven't really seen Lopez go outside yet, or even off tackle, even off guard. It's been straight up the middle. He does do a great job. You watch him when he runs. He knows how to wait for his blockers to develop and then dart through the hole, which makes it really difficult for the defensive tacklers to recover.
The senior middle linebacker Ian Ward with his first tackle. Officially a gain of 4. 2nd down and 6. First give for Green. Tries to bounce it outside right tackle. He's spun down for no gain. A good edge defensive play there as a gang tackle for Londonderry will set up a 3rd down and long coming for the Titans. 3rd and 6.
Yeah, I dare say I'd like to have a nickel for every hour of film that these 2 defensive coordinators and coaching staffs have watched on each other because they're reading plays before they even start out there, Nick. I've seen it multiple times.
Yeah, veteran secondary. Aiden O'Laughlin, one of the corners on the far side there, came up to help out on the gang tackle. Meanwhile, a false start. This will be the 2nd Titan penalty of the first quarter. Somebody up front twitched, and it will cost the offense 5 yards. So 3rd down and 6 becomes 3rd and 11 as we head towards the midway point of this opening quarter. Still no score.
Yeah, I actually meant that for the defense of the Titans as well, Nick. Both defenses, our defensive secondary work has been fantastic. Very athletic, very smart.
Another 4-receiver set. Lopez puts Rossetti in motion, takes the snap. It's a screen pass near side, and Mwangi is going to get tracked down from behind. Well, another great defensive sniff out there. Dan Gear, the senior, got the runner from behind. It'll be 4th down and long.
That's done on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Sorry, that's just great execution by the players. But equally as important are excellent defensive game plans I'm seeing on both sides, on both teams here. It's just a testament to the coaching staffs and the players.
Cunningham awaiting the snap. It's a low one, and he'll get it off cleanly. Good kick, high, down the middle. Nick Azzadorian, the punt returner, is going to get stopped in his tracks inside the 15. There's some good gunner work, Steve, on the coverage team, as it looked like Edward Brissetti, the brother of Devin, the younger brother, gets down the field and gets a tackle on special teams.
One of my old defensive coordinators used to have the phrase pop, 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 pop. And that's when you start seeing that's a motivated football team and a motivated defense specifically, where one guy grab whatever you can and then you have your team of guys you know they're going to be there. You shouldn't be able to count a second before the next guy's there, and they practice that in drills.
And Brissetti brothers, both seniors, already having an impact for Nashua North.
Yep.
Early in this game. Londonderry, for the second time, going to start down inside their own 20. This time at their own 15, 1st and 10. They'll get a hole left side, though, and a good carry out across the 20 to the 22-yard line. Second tote out of the backfield for Hayden Austin. And in the end, it goes for 7. Set up that 2nd down and 3.
Harris Lopez putting on a show, Nick, at safety right now. I mean, it's just incredible. When he reads his keys and then reacts, I mean, he is just so fast and such a precision tackler. Doesn't surprise me the least that the defensive scouts are looking at him. Really, he's amazing.
He's got 2 tackles already, including one for a loss. 2nd down and 3. Londonderry looking for their first down of the football game. They'll keep it in the quarterback's hands, and he doesn't have a whole lot of room. Tried to find something behind the left guard, but Ackerman was in there. Novak again on the scene as that D-line continues to win some battles up front. It'll be 3rd down and 3 after the no-gainer.
We knew Ackerman 2 years ago, Nick, was going to be a good play. We really saw him emerge last year when we were over there in Winnicott doing that game, and he hasn't stopped since.
3rd and 1, roll out down the field, looking and nearly intercepted. It's a wrestling match. They say complete.
How about that?
Good job there. Trevor Weinman able to, in the end, possess the football, ripped it away from Jaden Espinol after the 2 players hit the turf.
Think about the cost on that play that he just made, because if they didn't, they get the ball down the 39-yard line, Nick. That was just a terrific attitude from a receiver going after the ball.
First completion for McEachern, who's in the pistol now on 1st and 10 from his own 23. A hard count. And now a complete stomping of the brakes by the quarterback. Wants to reassess things. He's in a 4-receiver set. Nashua North now with 3 down linemen. Snap taken. He's going to look right. He's going to throw down the middle, and this one broken up, incomplete. Big collision at the Titan 45-yard line.
Who is it?
Well, it's a Titan. It's 2 of the members of the secondary. Looked like collided there.
Yep.
Pass intended for Ramshaw goes incomplete, and there's a man down.
Yeah, he's in some pain.
I think it may be Espinol.
I think you're right.
Espinol, who is
really
indispensable for the Titans on the field, offense, defense, and special teams round the clock. He took a hit
midsection, I think.
And midsection, yep. He's down on his back now as the game is paused with just over 4 minutes remaining in this scoreless first quarter.
Yeah, McEachern is really trying to thread some seams here, Nick. The defensive secondary work on both sides looks like he's going to be okay. Yeah, he's walking off. Look, probably got the wind knocked out of him, Nick, a little bit. When you see them double over like that, looks like with his head down on the turf. I think that's probably what happened there. But he's acting now like now he's got his breath back. He's going to be okay.
Yep.
So they're going to take a quick look at him.
Tough as nails, but
yep.
I suspect he'll be back on the field.
Yep.
All right, 2nd down and 10. Again, both sidelines have been loud tonight.
Yes.
as the wind howls here in Nashua as well. Temperatures right around 55 or so at game time, maybe dropping a little bit now as we head towards the final week of October. Long count, and now Coach Lozon says forget it. Timeout, Londonderry. Lancers going to use their first here. Coach didn't like something, and he made his way quickly onto the field and into the middle of that Londonderry huddle.
Yeah, Coach Lozon either didn't like the defensive set and how it was stacking up. He started playing, moving the blocker inside. I don't think he liked the play that he called against the defense, or maybe there was a little bit of a confusion that he saw. He's very serious about play sequencing and execution on the offensive side of the ball. He's as good as it gets. And that was probably a good timeout for him to call, because if you look at the situation, Nick, 2nd and basically 10, it's an important opportunity for them, a very significant opportunity for them to be able to get and change the field position for the first time. They've moved the sticks, and it's important that they continue to do that if they're going to. They really want to score first. When they're away in Stellos, the home field of the Titans, they want to score first against them.
Well, it's been a defensive first quarter.
It sure has.
Third drive for the Lancers. After the first two went 3 and out. Out of the timeout. McEachern ready. Takes a shotgun snap, hands off right side, and no run room.
Yeah.
Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Third carry.
You know why, right?
To the right side there for Hayden Austin. Well, again, the D-line, Ackerman from the weak side there that time, right?
Unbelievable.
Showed the range as he made his way down the defensive line. And we've said Liam Novak's name already a few times as well as the defensive end here on the near side.
Yeah, that defensive line there is as good a defensive line in the state right now as far as I'm concerned, Nick. And they're giving Londonderry offensive line everything they can handle, as you can see.
3rd down and 8. Londonderry 1 for 3 so far on 3rd down. Out of the pistol, 2 receivers each side. Snap taken. McEachern looks, now tucks and runs. Got some room, and he's got a first down. Inside, or across the 50, I should say, down inside the north 49-yard line. A good pickup of about 8 yards there from McEachern, and the second Londonderry first down of the drive.
What McEachern looks for real quick, Nick, is for the linebackers to circle outside. There was nobody there. He quarterback and he draws. He reads that. If they leave, if number 14 leaves, then he goes. That's what he did. Nice, smart play.
Yeah, he ran for nearly 200 yards last week in the Londonderry third victory of the season. Meanwhile, Austin Hayden finds some room of his own. Whole left side, down inside the north 40-yard line. Looks like close to the 35. Either way, a first down. Back-to-back first down runs for the Lancers.
I know I'm a broken record, Nick, but the way that Coach Lozon focuses on play calling, reading from upstairs, and then reacting to the openings that and getting some intelligence from upstairs, and then using his playbook against it is just as good as I've seen in high school football. He's outstanding.
Football marked just outside the 35, inside the 36. On 1st and 10, they fake the run. They go across the middle. It's Alzadorian. Had the step on Brissetti and is tackled by Brissetti from behind down at the 20-yard line. It's another gain of 15. Londonderry's offense has found some rhythm.
Yeah, sure did, and you're right about that, Nick. What happened was he bobbled the ball. He actually did, as you said, had the step, but because of that bobble, he had to kind of kick back. He might have gone all the way if he didn't bobble it. But good, second recovery. Good effort.
The give left side. Austin, this time not as much run room as the hole collapsed quickly. Again, Ackerman,
he's unreal
on that far side, combining with Whiting there for the stop as we move inside of 2 minutes here, first quarter.
One of the things you look for defensive linemen is to be able to play low. Ackerman has a natural capability. I'd be surprised if he wasn't a wrestler, to be honest with you, the way he plays, because he has that low center of gravity and he uses it to his advantage while he gets separation.
No gain on the run, 2nd down and 10. Ball just inside the 20-yard line. Snap taken, McEachern throws near side. High, tipped, and incomplete. Excuse me, in and out of the hands of Weinman, the intended target.
I'm not sure he was intended, Nick. I think it might have been 22, and that's why it was a little high, because he was open and back him. Hard to say, but it could have been.
That's Azadorian. You refer to number 22, the wide receiver, the split end here on the near side. Weinman operating out of that near slot. All right, 3rd down and 10. Inside of a minute and a half now, first quarter. North showing blitz. McEachern Going to change the play. Looking over at Coach Lozon, who flashes the signs. Snap taken. Looking, throwing, right side into double coverage and incomplete. Now trying to find Azadorian, who gave a diving effort near the goal line. But 2 men in blue in coverage, including, and it's good to see Espanyol back on the field. He was down for a moment a few minutes ago, but he's okay.
Play time's been precious this year, Nick.
Now the incompletion leads to 4th and 10 here for Londonderry.
I think he's going.
The kick would be about a 37-yard field goal try, and it's a little too deep, I think, for Coach Lozon's taste. It's going to keep the offense on the field. On 4th and 10, McEachern going to throw again near side. A diving grab is made by Azadorian near the 10-yard line, but I think he may be a little bit short. Yep. They're going to mark him at the 11. He needed to get inside the 10.
Yeah.
So the Titan defense gets the win, and the Titan offense coming back on the field here with now inside of a minute to go in this first quarter. Still a 0-0 ball game.
That shouldn't happen. The receiver's got to know where the stick is, Nick, and give yourself a yard or two pass for a comeback like that. I think McEachern, you saw him double pump, Nick. I think he was waiting for him to finish his route, but that's unfortunate for Londonderry.
Third drive for the Titans. First two haven't produced many yards. Going to run an east-west end around. Espanyol going to show you what he's got, Steve. The speedster out to midfield before he's tripped up at the Londonderry 48-yard line. A big gain there of nearly 42 yards.
Well, we saw that with McDonald last week and Fernandez, Nick. When you have two backs that got that kind of jet speed, and one of them is a quarterback, that just makes it so difficult to stop. And Espinel makes Lopez better, and Lopez makes Espinel better. No question.
And they handed it to him out of the slot there as well. And if there's any question about how he's feeling, it looks like he's pretty healthy. Meanwhile, another stretch, but this time it's sniffed out. Nowhere to go for Isaac Smith, the junior, with his first carry. It's going to go for a 5-yard loss, and a great job in pursuit there by Londonderry. It may have been Seaman coming from the far side corner.
Yeah.
He was at least one of the jerseys.
He's been doing it all season.
He's got a lot of speed, great in coverage, and good against the run, as we saw there.
Absolutely.
All right, maybe the final play here, 15 seconds and counting. A second and long. Harris Lopez looking downfield, going to reverse, looking for a block now. He's got the first down, stick and more. Inside the 35, tackled around the shoulders, down at about the 31-yard line. Aiden O'Loughlin, the man to track him down finally for Londonderry. But another big gain, the first long run of the night for Harris Lopez.
We talked to the keys of the game, Dan. You got two teams that are evenly matched defensively as these guys. It's going to be the big plays that can change a game like that because they come so few and far between. Right now, the Titans on this drive have two big plays, and it's just changed the nature of the field position as well as the momentum as we move forward in the game.
This drive began back at their own 11-yard line just a moment ago. All right, there's 1 second on this first quarter clock. They're going to get one more play off. It'll be a run up the middle for Harris Lopez, who takes the ball inside the 30, down about the 28, maybe the 27, and that will do it for the first quarter here in Nashua. It's been a defensive matchup, a game of field position so far, but the Titan offense may have woken up. Our broadcast tonight brought to you, of course, by Beals Insurance, locations in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Call Steve at 603-471-9999 today. Your thoughts, Steve, on what we've seen here defensively? We knew what to expect. A lot of speed for both of these defenses. Doesn't get talked about maybe, but it's a big game. You know the defense is going to show up if you're either head coach, and in a lot of ways, that's what we saw over the first 12 minutes.
Sure did. McEachern was able to connect for a first down. If the receiver had gone an extra half to a yard out, the situation we could be talking about right now could be very different. the explosiveness of the combination and the responsibility that it takes to cover Espinol and Harris Lopez on defense against the two of them running the ball with a great offensive line that the Titans have is something that's going to be a real. I think right now both defenses have proven to me, at least for a quarter, they're championship-style defenses, Nick. Bend, but don't break. And they're just getting the job done. And in the trenches, both defensive lines here doing a terrific job. We've got a great game on our hands. Again, Londonderry has to be careful of the big plays, Nick, against their defense because they were winning field position even without getting that last first down. Now they're down at, the 20-something yard line.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Well,
should be a good second quarter.
They were able to contain the Titans on their first two drives, but drive number 3, which began back at their own 11, already approaching the red zone. Titans have not been inside the Londonderry 20 so far. Harris Lopez going to change that on a left side run. He'll end up inside the 20, down at about the 18. An easy first down there. And again, that Titan line starting to open up some holes up front.
Yeah, Ackerman did just a tremendous job, Nick, containing his defensive opponent. He won the battle there. I couldn't see the number of who he was going against, but he clearly won the battle. If you watch Lopez, he kind of rode behind Max Ackerman's back, and then he shoots the dart through the little open seam.
It'll be first and 10 from the 17. They go to Green, his second carry, and nowhere to go. A wall of white up front, and a big stop there by Will Reyes. Really described as one of the more emotional players for the Lancers, and the senior linebacker, well, he made the right read there for a good tackle.
You said it, Nick. I was just going to say he reads his keys extremely well and does the great defensive players, once they know what they're doing, they have the confidence and the understanding of where to go and which lane to take, and he does it as well as anybody.
It's actually a loss of 1 for Green. Second down, 11. They keep it in Harris Lopez's hands. He's going to come around the corner near side, creep near the 10-yard line, where he's cut down inbounds inside the 10.
It's going to be close.
At about the 9-yard line. Very, very close to that first down stick, but they're going to say third and less than 1. It looks like third down and about a foot or so.
You could put a windmill up here, Nick, and
first down, Steve. They said first down. Yeah, it is getting windy. It's noticeably
get a little bit of clean energy, maybe. I don't know.
The wind has noticeably picked up since game time, I think, and it's blowing pretty well right now. Minute and a half into the second quarter. Nashua North trying to strike first. Two of the better teams in Division I, both considered contenders. North, they have not lost in the regular season since 2018. Londonderry just once since then, which came a couple weeks back against Bedford. On first and goal from the 7, Espinol up the middle, touchdown Titans.
Just an offensive line win there, Nick. The offensive line had some great angle blocking there, and it just cleaned out a hole you could see. The other thing that the backs are doing here is they're waiting for those blocks to develop. It's a different style of offense in the sense it's not like you're trying to quick hit through the hole. They want those blocks to develop, and they keep going to the left side. Understandably why, Nick, with Ackerman and company on that side. They're doing a terrific job.
Espinol scores from 7 yards out. He had the long run of the drive as well. A 41-yard scamper. All right, they're going to go for 2. Titans keep it in the quarterback's hands. He comes right side, and he's going to be stopped short.
Yep.
Nick Asadorian got him around the waist, just shy of the goal line. So the 2-point try is no good. So
that's a big stop there.
It is. Londonderry will keep it at 6-0, but the Titans go 89 yards, Steve, and score the game's only touchdown less than 2 minutes into the second quarter.
Yeah, all really set up from 2 big plays in the first quarter coming into the second quarter here. And the play calling by Dante is nothing to be denied credit as well. Did a great job. He knows where the strength of his offensive line is. They're winning the battle on that left side, so he keeps on probing it. And but a big stop, nevertheless. You get a touchdown, you don't want to give up. every battle, every play is a battle, and that's what Londonderry treated that as, and that's why it's a 6-0 versus a very different 7-0 game, because I think points are going to be hard to come by, at least so far. At a premium. Yep. So great play calling.
Really a field position battle as well, but as you've highlighted, a couple big plays. Flip that very quickly.
Yep.
As we saw there on that drive. So 6-0 Titans. Nashua North, led by Coach Dante Lorendi, former Merrimack assistant. Been several years, of course, here.
Doing a great job.
Really is. He's got this program widely respected and widely regarded, highly regarded. All right, Cunningham going to kick this up to make the grab at the 20 is the return man, and, well, not a whole lot of room for Howe as he makes his way up to the 30.
He's got some big shoes to fill there, Nick, with Raza normally taking that kick. I was watching Coach Lorendi going up and down the sidelines. I don't think there's any question if he could have the opportunity to strap up and go out in the field, the body language certainly leads me to believe that he's up to the task.
Yeah, he may not be the only one.
He's amped.
He may not be the only one. There's a feeling of football in the air.
Oh, there sure is.
There's something about it.
But, Dante, you can see the players work off this guy's spirit. He's just a big spark plug out there and a thinking coach at the same time. He's built a great culture here the last 4 or 5 years.
All right, Londonderry from their own 29 officially to begin their 4th drive of this first half. They're going to hand here. This is Reyes probing for room, and he won't find it on the edge.
57.
A
nice
great
tackle.
stop. That's Toby Brown Jr., one of the sophomores, getting some time.
Yeah.
Also the big corner Cunningham in the area.
Yeah, lateral running tonight on either side, Nick, is not east-west running is not getting it done.
Right.
These defenses are way too fast, way too good at getting separation from the blockers and being able to read and they're great tacklers. So it's just not going to happen. You got to go after it.
Loss of 5, 2nd down and 15. Screen intercepted. Picked off by one of the defensive linemen. That's Liam Novak, the defensive end. McEachern threw it right at him. There's a flag on the play. There is a flag back at the 20-yard line. I believe it was thrown towards the tail end of that play, but as of right now, the Titans have the game's first turnover inside the Londonderry 20-yard line.
Most likely a hold in those situations on Londonderry, but not necessarily. Yeah. There you go.
So the Londonderry penalty is declined. North will take the interception, and they're on the doorstep now, Steve. The ball just inside the 10-yard line. It's
3
first
big
and
plays.
goal coming up.
Again, I said from the beginning of the game, Nick, this is going to be about who makes the big plays because yardage is so hard to come by, and they've done it. They've changed the field position. McEachern did not have any vision on that, Nick. That big, tall, rugged defensive line coming in from the Titans with their hands in the air. He was trying to throw a little screen pass there, just no vision to throw it. I don't think he ever saw the defender waiting for the ball.
Ball spotted actually inside the 12-yard line, so it is possible for the Titans to pick up a first down inside the 2. They'll bring it inside the 5 here. It's Espinal again, seeking his 2nd touchdown of this 2nd quarter.
I'll tell you, Nick, if I was
mark him at the 2.
I was a college recruiter. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. No. But the college recruiter, the pace is so fast. I tell you, you got to look. Ackerman is a monster. He's not just a big guy. He's a terrific blocker.
See if they run behind him here on 1st and goal from the 1.
There
Harris
he goes again.
Lopez, touchdown, Titans.
I'd get up and give the ball to Ackerman. He just completely shut down the whole defensive line and then went off line, stacked up a linebacker in back of him. This kid is absolutely a terrific offensive lineman. And how many times, Nick, have you seen this team run behind him on the left side?
Right.
I'll bet you it's 3 out of every 4 plays, and it's where they're getting their yardage. Espinal ought to get up and give him the ball and take him to Chipotle after the game.
Well, I'm sure some kind of a favor is in order because there were plenty of running room on that drive.
Very impressive.
And on the last 2 that have resulted in touchdowns for the Titans. 12-0 North. They'll go for 2 again. They failed their conversion try a moment ago. They'll keep it with Harris Lopez. Can he find room to the pylon? Yes, sir. 2-point try is good as he's able to stretch the play and take it across the goal line to make it a 14-0 Nashua North lead with just a few minutes gone by, 3 minutes and change gone in this second quarter.
Yeah, Londonderry's got to get Coach Lozon and Will get his team together and got to get an offensive play sequencing drive down here. You got to be able to try to, even if you just take a long time to go, move the sticks, methodically, whatever it takes, you got to get on the scoreboard at here and cut this lead down, because this is an explosive offense. And look at Ackerman down there. If anybody can get a picture of him, number 61, he's on his thermos right now. This guy is a special football player. And it's no secret that I love linemen. I think linemen are such an underrated portion, and a great offensive lineman that can control the line of scrimmage the way he does and hold blocks the way he does. He's just a real special guy. Any college would be well served by at least taking a look at him.
All-State last year as a junior, one of the most highly
and deserved it.
Talked about players really on both sides of the line, an impact player, and doing what he's been known to do again tonight.
And don't get me wrong, he's doing a great job on defense, and he's controlling, he's running, he's doing a terrific job. But offense, Nick, he's taking over the game. There is no answer for him yet.
Londonderry is going to try to find one. They're down 14-0. The return man, Azadorian from the 20, trying to cut back to the outside across the 25, rolls his way up to about the 29-yard line. Tackle made by Kobe Marshall, one of the seniors, honored before the game on senior night. Not a bad crowd. Again, limited capacity due to COVID-19. You should know the drill by now. Just 2 tickets per player. But nonetheless, a good turnout. And again, some memories made, I suppose, before the game tonight on senior night.
And we at FNLNH Media are proud to bring in this live broadcast. We we bring in the heavy artillery with Nick at the helm here, and you make it easy to do color, Nick. I'll tell you, we love bringing the game to you. Hope you're enjoying it.
It's been a good one so far. North with 2 touchdowns in the first few minutes of the second quarter has made it 14-0. Meanwhile, McEachern
got to turn upfield.
Never made that turn and is tackled along the line of scrimmage. Maybe got up to the 30, calling a gain of 1. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, all the Londonderry players on offense that are going to receive the ball have got to understand that East-West just isn't going to fly with this team. The defense is too fast. They read too well. And same with Londonderry. They have a great defense, too. Londonderry's winning this game, Nick, not necessarily in the outside. It's the off tackle behind Ackerman. That's where they're just penetrating drive. They've got to find a weakness somewhere in Londonderry if it's possible to start
easier said
moving
than
the ball.
Done,
It sure is.
Weakness. Not against this front 7.
Nope.
2nd down. They fake the run. They throw a slant pass, and it's dropped incomplete. Azadorian had the inside position there, but Chris Acevedo breathing down his neck leads to the incompletion.
Yeah, those are at least 3 balls that should have been caught, maybe 4 if you want to take the one down on the right side earlier in the first quarter. But at least 3 balls. McEachern's got to start getting some help from his receivers.
Yeah,
because you just can't be 3rd and 8.
It's another 3rd and long situation. You're right, 3rd and 8 from their own 31. Just over 4 minutes gone, second quarter. Londonderry trying to give their defense a rest and move the sticks. Trying to avoid the 3 and out. They won't. Sacked. Back at the 20. Yeah, they got him around the waist. Jack Peters, the sophomore, came in on the blitz, Steve, from the second level. And now a 4th and a mile will lead to another Lancer punt here in the first half.
Yeah, any football player that's played enough will tell you they know when it feels like they're playing uphill, and they know when they feel like it's playing downhill. And right now, Londonderry's playing uphill, and they've got to put something together to change that feeling, because right now the Titans smell blood, Dick.
Yeah, the Titans have won the battle of field position in this first half, and a punt coming from again inside Londonderry's own red zone. Fawcett from just outside his 10 gets off a pretty good one. Boomer down the far sideline. It'll bounce out of bounds in Titan territory at the Nashua North 44. yard line. Still pretty good starting field position for the Titans as we head towards the midway point of this second quarter. North threatening things here, already out in front 14-0.
Yeah, defense. What's happening is the defense is starting to play on the field a lot on the Londonderry side, Nick. They're starting to play it's getting these guys are getting a lot of playing time, and it's not a far enough gap in between with these 3 and outs. And again, they're a passing team. They need to start making receptions here when they throw the ball, these short passes. Got to start connecting.
Yeah, you're right. There's been at least 2, maybe 3 drops, including one there on that last series for Londonderry. Handoff, left side, trying to bounce one to the outside is Smith. He'll have a first down and more into Lancer territory. Tackled inside the 40 at about the 39-yard line. Good rip there for Smith on the sophomore's second carry.
Yeah, at some point, you have to stop this. You have to start stacking the line a little bit, Nick. You got to start blitzing on that side, whatever, because what they're doing right now isn't working on defense. So you have to honor the Titans for what they've been able to accomplish. Dante's not going to stop going there until they stop it. It's simple as that. They keep doing it.
Yeah, Ackerman over there at left tackle has really paved the way. Plus Green, the wingback, behind him as well. Trying to seal something here. Ends up with some running room up the middle. Harris Lopez down inside the 35-yard line. So about the 34. About 4 yards in the end. Stop made by Gear, along with Bowles there for Londonderry. Halfway through the second quarter. Titans would love to go up 3 scores at halftime.
Yeah, they sure would.
I
think they'll keep running.
Had a scoreless first quarter, and then a couple of touchdown runs early in the second quarter. Helped out by a turnover. Up the middle, Green on second down and 6. He's inside the 30, inside the 25, and finally wrestled down by about 3 defenders inside the 20 at the 19-yard line. There's the Anthony Green we've come to know.
Oh, he's a powerhouse, and he runs inside. Ackerman threw a nice block. I couldn't tell who was inside him, but somebody threw a nice block inside of him. But, Nick, as I said before, you have to stop the run. I mean, almost give it up on the right side. You have to make them change because they're getting worn down on defense on that side.
Yeah, that's Whiting, the left guard over there next to Ackerman. He got
impressive.
A pretty good lick on that last one. All right, Harris Lopez on the play fake. Comes near side, gets around a couple of defenders, and is finally tackled inbounds inside the 10.
I think he's got a first down.
Very close.
Yeah, it is close, Nick.
Needed
You're right.
to stretch down to the 7. Meanwhile, Lopez a little slow to get up.
Yeah. They scissored his legs, I think, and he kind of twisted.
Meanwhile, there is a flag
okay
down back at the 15-yard line, close to the line of scrimmage.
May have been a hold. Usually when you see that much weaving around, it's difficult for the blockers not to have a hold. Looks like it's going to go against the Titans.
Yep. Got a piece of the shirt.
Yep.
So they'll bring this back to the 25-yard line. That wipes out the long run. Meanwhile, the officials have stopped things here. I believe they're in communication with the chain gang. No, they're going to make a Nashua player come off the field. That may be Max Ackerman. I think they're going to take a look at his shoe. It is definitely Ackerman. Ackerman now out of the game for Nashua North. He's standing up okay. They're looking at his foot. I don't know if they're trying to tie his shoe.
Yeah, they are. They're trying to tie his shoe. I have bionic eyes, Nick.
I don't know how you can see that, but
I could. They tied his shoe. I was watching him. Yep.
Yeah, I figured it was.
But he has to come
like
off the
that.
field if he.
So they'll run to the other side. Espanol going to cut back inside the 15. He's pushed down at about the 12-yard line. And, well, second and long doesn't matter if you can rip off a long run. They got 12 there to set up. It looks like 3rd and 2.
Well, the center moved out, took on the linebacker, Nick, and kind of owned him to the right side, and Espanol went right up through the 0 hole.
Yeah, that's Zach Mazik, the center.
Yep. Yeah, he's going to get an offsides.
A lot of chaos here after the snap. They blow it dead.
Well, he tried to time a blitz, Nick. and that's tough to do. And he worked the cadence and got him to go offside. So they're going to gain 5 yards on that with an encroachment.
A rare mistake by this Londonderry defensive line. They've been pretty good in terms of avoiding those kind of mistakes so far in this first half. But they jump there. That moves the football inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line. Coming up at 4 minutes to go first half. Back to Espanol, left side. Looking for his second touchdown. He dives just shy of the goal line. They're going to mark him inside the 1-yard line. Well, perhaps a touchdown-saving stop it was. A touchdown-saving tackle, Kyle McPhail, the sophomore for Londonderry.
But this is downhill football, Nick. This is that they're wearing down. This defense has got unbelievable amount of plays.
Second down and goal from the 1, and North's starting to win the time of possession clearly as well. They'll fake left, go right with their superstar quarterback who trots into the end zone, no problem. Touchdown, Curtis Harris Lopez. His second of this first half. And Nashua North capitalizing on another drive, their third touchdown of this second quarter. Makes it 20-0 with 3:36 to go until halftime.
Yeah, this is a surprise to me, Nick. If you had told me it was going to be 10-0 or 14-7 or even 10-3, 20-0's a surprise with 3:36 left in the first half.